Hello everyone, welcome to class series, and in this video we're gonna be discussing our question answers of our poem Grandma Climbs a Tree. So we're gonna be discussing our main of understanding the poem. In that, our first question is, the speaker in the poem does not call his grandmother as childish. What else was she according to him? Why does he consider her to be so? The answer of this question is, the speaker in the poem does not call his grandmother as childish. According to him, she was genius because she could climb a tree, whether the tree was high or big and spreading. She was skillful and she can climb it very quickly. She could climb the tree tireless even at the age of 62. She had this as gift and enjoying it through it was unusual. So the speaker considered her grandmother to be a genius. Our second question is, Grandma had been in the habit of climbing trees for a very long period. Identify the lines that suggest this. Ever since childhood, she would had this. The answer of this question is, she would be up their branches in a trice, and mind you, when last she climbed the tree, she was 62. Ever since childhood, she would had this gift. This line suggests that the grandma had been in the habit of climbing trees for a very long period. Our third question is, look at the line 7 and 8. She would be told, who do you think would tell her so? The answer of this question is, I think that the well-wishers, family members or neighbors would told her so. Our fourth question is, do you find anything odd in the reply given by the grandma? If so, why do you think it is odd? Line 10 to 11. The answer of this question is, we can't say that grandma's reply is odd. We can instead say that her reply shows her bohemian, having irregular habits and showing disregard for social conventions, spirit. She boldly declares that if climbing trees in old age is considered disgraceful, she would choose to be disgraceful. Her reply shows her freedom of spirit. Our fifth question is, Other had feared that Granny would fall from a tree one day or the other. Did this happen or did something else happen? Line 15 to 18. The answer of this question is, yes, it had happened. One day, when others were in the town, she had a terrible fall. But the effect of this was the opposite. Instead of fearing, the grandma climbed the tree and made up her mind that she wouldn't come down. Our sixth question is, what had the doctor recommended? What was the reaction of the kids to this advice? The answer of this question is, the doctor recommended her to stay on the bed for a week. The kids sighed with relief and tucked her up well to the bed. It means the kids looked after her and wished that she would stay in bed and be out of trouble. Our seventh question is, quote the lines which suggest how wholeheartedly Granny enjoyed climbing a tree. The answer of this question is, the lines which suggest that Granny wholeheartedly enjoyed climbing a tree were as follows. Line number 1. When last they climbed a tree, she was 62. Line number 2. For being happier in a tree than in a lift. Line number 3. She climbed a tree and couldn't come down. Our eighth question is, my dad knew his duties. What did he think his duty was? The answer of this question is, the speaker's dad knew his duties mean he agreed to fulfill his mother's desire immediately because he was obedient and loved his mother. The last and final question of our this main is question number 9. Look at the picture given below the title. Quote the lines that might have guided the artist to draw. The answer of this question is, the lines that might have guided the artist to draw are made her a tree house with windows and a door. So Granny moved up. She sits there in a state upholding her right to reside in a tree.